The Warring States period was an era of moral decay and widespread conflict. The way of the king had fallen into disorder, and the way of the hegemons prevailed. The old clan-based system had collapsed, and a new order had yet to be established. While people longed for order, they also asked, why does society always descend into chaos? Why are people greedy, selfish, and constantly fighting? In this era of uncertainty and chaos, Xunzi, the great achiever of the late Confucian school, stepped forward. He proposed a comprehensive realist political philosophy aimed at rebuilding the foundation of society. His core ideas revolved around three key terms: rituals, laws, and human desires. The tension, transformation, and integration among these three elements formed Xunzi's unique approach to governance and profoundly influenced China's political and cultural traditions in subsequent generations. Unlike Confucius's moderate stance that human nature is similar, but habits differ, Xunzi declared with unwavering certainty, human nature is evil, what is good is artificial. In his view, human beings are born with basic physiological instincts and desires, seeking pleasure and avoiding pain, loving beauty and hating ugliness, desiring food and sex. Without guidance, these instincts will evolve into greed, competition, violence, and betrayal. Evil nature does not mean that humans are incapable of goodness, but rather that goodness is not innate, it needs to be taught, institutionalized, and shaped by ritual and law. Xunzi's theory of innate evil is not pessimism but realism. He does not blindly believe in the inherent goodness of human nature nor deny the teachability of the human heart. The problem he seeks to address is not how to discover humanity's innate goodness, but how to transform an innately evil person into a governable one. Rituals, in Xunzi's view, are the core institutions of human civilization and the most gentle yet profound response to innate evil. He said, ritual is nurturing. It regulates human desires and enables people to live in groups with distinctions. The purpose of ritual is not to eliminate human desires but to find a reasonable place for them. By clarifying ranks, allocating status, and regulating behavior, people know what to seek, what not to compete for, what to respect, and what to be intimate with. Ritual defines the boundaries of behavior and shapes moral emotions, a sense of shame and reverence. Xunzi stated, without ritual, people cannot survive, without ritual, affairs cannot be accomplished, without ritual, the state cannot be at peace. In his ideal vision, ritual is both an internal moral cultivation and an external behavioral code, serving as the soft power that sustains social order. Without ritual, human society would merely be a jungle of beasts cloaked in the trappings of civilization. Although Xunzi belonged to the Confucian school, he did not indulge in idealistic fantasies about moral education. He deeply understood that while rituals are beautiful, without coercive enforcement mechanisms, relying solely on people's self-discipline is far from sufficient. Thus, he emphasized the necessity of law. However, Xunzi's law differs from that of the legalists. He opposed the ruthless rule of law without mercy, and advocated that law must be guided by ritual. He wrote, ritual is the overarching principle of law. Law is the instrument of ritual. That is, ritual is the goal, law is the means. Ritual establishes hierarchy and division of labor, while law ensures its implementation. Xunzi's political philosophy emphasizes using ritual to govern law and using law to assist ritual. This is not a conflict between two forces but a complementary relationship. Ritual provides the legitimate structure of society, while law provides the practical operational mechanisms. Governance cannot rely on emotions or legal sanctions alone but must establish a comprehensive institutionalized order system that enables people to know where to stop and know what not to violate. Though systems may be sound, they still require people to implement them. Xunzi particularly emphasizes the role of the gentleman. He says, people can promote the way does not promote people. No matter how sound the principles or how complete the systems, if they are not implemented by virtuous individuals, they remain mere empty talk. The gentleman is the backbone of Xunzi's ideal society. He must not only understand ritual and law but also practice them consistently, leading by example and setting the standard for social customs. The governance of a sage king does not rely on authority but on setting an example and education. In Xunzi's writings, governance is never a mechanical execution but a personalized leadership. Systems shape behavior, but behind behavior must be a personality to support it. This is also where he differs from Han Fei and Shang Yang. Xunzi always emphasizes that politics is not just a technique but also the practice of ethics. Xunzi did not believe that human desires must be suppressed, but rather advocated nurturing and regulating them through education and institutions. Nurturing means fulfilling, through reasonable institutions, allowing everyone's basic desires to be realized through proper channels and methods. Regulating means restricting, through the principle of hierarchy, informing people of their proper share and preventing them from overstepping boundaries. Xunzi said, desires cannot be completely eliminated, and boundaries cannot be disrupted. The role of education is to enable people to recognize propriety and understand their proper place, so they do not overstep boundaries or engage in conflict. He combined education with law and ritual to propose a comprehensive social order mechanism. Education enables people to understand boundaries, ritual enables people to maintain order, and law prevents people from crossing the line. Though human nature is inherently evil, through this integrated ritual law education system, it can be transformed into stable and orderly collective behavior. Xunzi was not an egalitarian. He believed, heaven does not share honor and disgrace with humanity, earth does not share benefits with humanity, and fate does not share positions with humanity. Social order stems from hierarchy, not equality. Ritual determines honor and disgrace, law determines rewards and punishments, and each occupies their proper place and fulfills their duties. This is the most sustainable and stable structure in Xunzi's eyes. However, Xunzi did not deny fairness. Rather, the fairness he understood was not about equal outcomes but about reasonable rules. As long as the rules are clear and the distribution is reasonable, even if there are distinctions, they can be accepted by people. In his envisioned political ideal, it is not about everyone being equally wealthy or free, but about everyone knowing what they should do and being content with their place. This reasonable distinctions within order became the deepest institutional in ancient Chinese political culture.